I'm going to share a couple of social media myths that are hurting your business. If you are a business owner and you're using social media as a part of your marketing, you need to make sure that you are aware of these social media myths that could be hurting your chances of reeling in your client or seeing your client on these social media platforms. My name is Shakita Lee. I am the owner of SL Media Consulting, and I help entrepreneurs, small business owners with their social media presence. So let's get down to these myths that could be hurting your business, because we want to make sure that when you're spending your time on social media, that you're using your time wisely. Um, there are a lot of things that change with social media platforms throughout the year, but if you are using social media as any form of your marketing, if it's a part of your marketing package that you have someone working on for you or some people working on for you, your team, you want to make sure that you are aware not to do these things. Okay. So the first thing is being on multiple platforms. You do not need to be on multiple platforms. You need to be where your audience is. So a better way of figuring out where your audience is making sure you know what your brand is, making sure you know who your client avatar is. Once you do that and you have the makeup of, as far as where they are coming from, um, man, woman, the background of who they are, then you will know that certain people don't hang out on certain platforms. Okay. Now, if you are on a platform and you're on the platform because you enjoy the platform, but you already know that most of the people that you're looking for is not going to be on that platform, that's totally fine for you as a person to be on there. But as a business owner, you need to be where your audience is. Okay. The next one is posting every day. People think consistency means that you need to post every day. It does not. Consistency means that you need to be consistent about what you have planned on doing. So if you have a plan of posting on social media 4 days a week, you need to be consistent with posting that many times on social media. Okay. So I personally post 3 times a week. Sometimes it could be more depending on what I have going on. If I'm hosting any type of workshop or webinar, obviously I post more. But because seasons change, people change, I really do pay attention and look at my analytics. And if I'm seeing that somebody is, or if I'm seeing my content is getting more action on a certain day, I will switch off and start posting more on that day. But looking at your analytics is super important because it'll help you figure out which days are better. Okay, so we may always think Fridays are better for our content, and sometimes Fridays might not be a better day for content because people are, preparing for their weekend. So just pay attention to what your analytics say so that you know what days will be better for you when it comes to posting your content, better for your audience to see. All right, the next is follow for follow. Listen, before follow for follow used to be a huge thing. And honestly, it still happens where people are posting, especially if you're in groups. That is like one of the groups that I'm in, that is like one of the standard posts that they have going out every single week. And honestly, follow for follow is not great because you're asking someone who may not have any sort of dealings with you to follow you on a social media platform, so they'll follow you because they want you to follow them. But are they engaging? Are they your type of people that you're looking for? Are they your client avatar? Most times it's no. So it's really to give you more numbers and to give them more numbers. But it kind of defeats the numbers, kind of defeats the purpose of just having numbers instead of having what you want, which is engagement, right? Because these social media platforms truly look at the engagement on a social media post. How are people are engaging with you besides liking your content? Are they leaving a comment? Are they sharing it? Are they saving it? All of that makes a difference. So that's why follow for follow is not great if they're not engaging. Okay. And I do understand that numbers are important to some people, but honestly, numbers don't make a difference when majority of your content is not being seen by them, especially when the algorithm can change and depending on how active that they are with your content, will depend on how often they're going to see your stuff. So if they're not active after they followed you, they're not going to see it. So you want to make sure that you are decisive about this follow for follow thing, right? The next thing is hashtags. Hashtags are a big thing, and I still see people using multiple hashtags. And honestly, they've said on various social media platforms that hashtags don't make a difference. Before, Instagram used to go up and down. Before, I think it used to be 50, then 30, and then 10. And now they're saying not so much. So less than 5 is what they're saying, possibly 4. Um, and that's on Instagram. On Facebook, not so much, right? You can still use it and you can still see who's using that hashtag or what content um, that person is using that hashtag for. So you still see it, but it's not so much as helpful as it used to be. LinkedIn, they're saying, no, not really. Don't even bother using it here because we're looking for something different. So be cognizant of the hashtags that you're using and which platform you plan on using. Again, Instagram does not require 30, so you can stop using 30. And just pay attention to what hashtag that you're using when you do decide to use it, right? The next thing is call to action. Sometimes people use a call to action on every single post. So the call to action is a great thing, don't get me wrong, but the call to action could be a lot. So pay attention to what posts that you're doing that you're looking to have the call to action. Because if you're doing inspirational posts and you're out and about and you see the birds chirping or whatever, you're at a lake or whatever, and you decide to use a call to action there, asking them to respond to the question that you're asking, that's a good thing. But the call to action doesn't always have to be selling. It could be for them to do something. You know, polls are a great thing. Um, but sometimes there are posts that you make that really don't deserve a call to action, or I shouldn't say deserve, really don't need a call to action if you're just sharing a thought. But if it's a thought that you really want to get engagement on, they may still respond to your post and put something in comments. And that's a great, great thing. So just be aware when you do your call to actions what you're wanting people to do. Be very specific about what you want people to do with the call to action. So those are a couple of myths that are hurting your business. There are more. So after you watch this video, right, make sure you comment and let me know, what are your thoughts? What are some myths that I have missed? Or what are some myths that you never thought about until you saw this video and you didn't think was so much of a myth? Okay. The final call to action that I have for this video is, if you have not subscribed to my video, not subscribed to my channel, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel so that you can be aware every single time that I am dropping a video on YouTube. And I will catch you guys later.